Oh, here we go. This is complementary and supplementary angles. We're on page 543 in your book. A couple of things that you should be able to do. Big ideas. You're going to be able to identify complementary and supplementary angles. And then using complementary and supplementary angles, you can solve for x. Okay. The central question is, how does geometry help us describe real world objects? And our vocabulary is complementary angles, supplementary angles. So here we go. Okay, so we need to know what a complementary angle and a supplementary angle is. Okay, complementary angles, they are going to equal two angles together equal 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are two angles added together equal 180 degrees. So a real fast way to be able to understand that is to just take the C, and if you just draw a line, kind of makes a 9 for 90 degrees. And if you have the supplementary, you have the S, and you just draw a line, kind of makes an 8 for 180 degrees. So that helps you remember, or you just memorize and know that complementary angles, two angles that equal 90, and supplementary angles, two angles added equals 180. So on number one, our example number one, they want to know angle 1 and angle 2, are these complementary, supplementary, or neither? So if I added these two angles together, I added angle 1 together with angle 2, it makes a straight line which equals 180 degrees. That's going to be supplementary angles. So angle 1, angle 2 form a straight line, so the angles are supplementary. Sometimes the angles don't have to be together, they can be separate, and they could just, are these two angles supplementary or complementary or neither? And you would just say, okay, well, I have 60 degrees, and if I added it together with 30 degrees, I get 90 degrees. Well, a 90-degree angle is complementary angles. So these two angles, the 60 degree and the 30 degree, those angles are complementary. So right now we're just identifying angles. Very similar to acute and obtuse, and labeling them. This is just two other items that we're adding to our vocabulary list. Okay, so go ahead and do these problems. Tell me whether these are complementary, supplementary, and do these in your book. Okay, so they tell you right away, we're going to solve for x on these. This is our second part of our big idea. And they tell you right away, they say these two angles form a right angle. That's right there. They tell you right there also. That's 90 degrees. They tell you that these two angles form 90 degrees. Always look for that. Look for where they tell you. Don't ever assume that it's 90, because it could be 91 or it could be 89. So don't ever assume that it's 90 unless they tell you. They show by a little box, or they tell you it's a right angle. They even tell you they are complementary, which also means 90 degrees. So what does that mean? I could solve for x. I could take this angle, 28 degrees, or ABC, angle ABC, and I can add it to angle CBD, or 2x. And I know that if I add these two angles up, it's going to equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so let's lose the degree and let's just make our equation 28 plus 2x is equal to 90. Well, what do? I subtract 28 on both sides. Okay, got to borrow. That's going to be an 8. So I get 2 and I get 6. Oh, I forgot to draw my line. Okay, that becomes 0. So I get 2x is equal to 62. Divide by 2. And x is equal, in this case, to 31. Okay, so the box my answer. Why do I know that? Well, I know that these two angles added up equals 90 degrees. Take those two angles, I can solve for x now because I have an equation, and just use your subtraction, use your division, you have x. Same idea. Same idea. The only difference now, these are supplementary, which means 180 degrees. So if I take 123 and I add it to 3x, it's going to equal to 180 degrees. Actually, this is a degree too. So lose the degrees. 123 plus 3x is equal to 180. Draw your line. Go ahead and subtract 123 on both sides. (123 minus 123 is 0. 180 minus 123 is going to be 57. So I get this 3x is equal to 57. I'm going to divide by 3. Once I divide 3 into 57, I am going to get 19. So what would I do? The main thing here is I know the supplementary means 180. I know that if I add these two together, I'm going to get 180, so I show it. 123 plus 3x is equal to 180. Then I solve the equation. Your turn to try. You're going to find the value of x. Give you a hint. That's equal to 90 right there.